I'm a natural athlete. Started in organized sports at 5 or 6 years of age, baseball and bitty basketball. By 11 or 12, I was hanging on the rim attempting to dunk. By the end of that season, I was throwing it down. I could hit home runs with ease, line drives to the right field that got me all the way to third base without breaking a sweat. Athletically, I was a natural, a pure sport. For me, this continued through high school and into college where I ran the quarter mile, rode BMX bikes. My younger brother, Stu Thompson, Lord, wish we'd have kept that bike because it's worth a mint today. When I got too tall for BMX, I got my first 10-speed Panasonic. So I saw this movie, Breaking Away. It changed everything for me. I have to admit, I saw a few other movies after dark, but we won't talk about that. Let's stay on track. By then, I'd fallen in love with cycling. Been doing it seriously ever since. Let's fast forward 30 years. Summer of 2010, August 28th to be exact. I biked across the United States in 30 days. Cleveland, Ohio to Manhattan Beach, California via Route 66, which I picked up in St. Louis. Solo trip, self-funded with donations from friends and family. What I can tell you, this was a life-altering experience. Every day on the road was a new adventure. Riding into the sun, I met some incredible and some interesting people along the way. I lost 30 pounds that month, even though I ate very well daily in small towns across the country. My body was burning an insane number of calories. At the same time, I felt invincible. Here's the thing about that body of yours. It keeps score. Every mile, every rep, every class you teach, every time you push through pain, every night you don't sleep, every stress you don't manage. Your body is keeping ledger. Eventually, oh, it's going to collect. Yo, what up, crew? Welcome to Man Listen. This is Jamie. Today we're talking about what happens when you spend decades treating your body like it's invincible and what it takes to rebuild when your body finally says, I've had enough. This is my story. This is also your story if you've been ignoring the signs. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. Let me take you back to who I was, the natural. From age 5, I was in sports, baseball, basketball, running, biking, soccer. I wasn't just a participant, I was there to dominate. Dunking by the age of 12, hitting home runs, running track in college. And then cycling became my obsession. Breaking Away, if you haven't seen it, it's about a young cyclist from Indiana who had dreams of becoming a professional racer. That movie spoke to me. I saw myself in it. From that point on, cycling wasn't just my hobby. It somehow became something I was over passionate about. On August 28th, 2010, I set out to bike across the United States. Now, let me make you understand. I didn't just wake up that morning and say, hey, I'll be back in a month. I had trained for months and months and months to prepare myself for this journey. Cleveland, Ohio to Manhattan Beach, California via Route 66, 30 days, just me. Family and friends donated to support the trip, but it was just me, the road, and my bike. Every single day, a new adventure. Riding into the sun, through small towns, delicious food at diners, conversations with strangers. Physical exhaustion that felt good because it was purpose driven. Side note, after we figured out the logistics, I only stayed at hotels with hot tubs. Recovery mode was necessary. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days, not because I was starving. As I said, I ate very well. My body was burning calories at a rate I'd never experienced before. I felt unstoppable. When I got home, I thought, if I can do this, I can do anything. So I'm back in Cleveland, quickly deciding I'll open a fitness studio. I've been teaching freestyle classes in the park anyway. But now Now I'm ready to be official. At first, it was slow, just me, teaching every class day and night. And just like that, it exploded. Business was booming, clients everywhere, big open spaces with several trainers working with and for me. I was crushing it. And here I am, teaching every class, leading every session, being the face, the energy, and the transmission of the entire operation. I had no idea I was burning the life out of my body. Invincible, or so I thought. I was fit, I was fine, I was wrong. Okay, now it's 2017. I've got a huge studio space, multiple trainers working the room, business was thriving. At the same time, my body was starting to break down. So for me, it started with the aches. Mystery pain was no root cause. My joints hurt, my muscles hurt, things that shouldn't hurt were hurting. I went to the doctors. I had appointment after appointment after appointment. I did tests. They took scans. Nothing conclusive. Then I end up having eye surgery to release the pressure on my left eye. What is going on? I still had no idea what was happening. So, in the midst of all this, I had to deal with microaggressions. On one of the worst days, a resident doctor looked at me and asked, "Do you have HIV?" No data, no merit, just an assumption. Being a black man in the US healthcare system can be rough. No, I did not, nor do I have HIV. What an awful thing to ask without any basis. So since I'm out and about seeing all the doctors in all the offices, next stop, neurology. More tests. At the same time, walking for me became an issue. My body hurt so terribly bad that I started to wonder, is it time for me to give up being a trainer? Is it time to close the studio? Everyone around me was concerned, but we had no answers despite all of this testing. So by now it's been 4, 5, 6 months. Then we decided, hey, let's give this guy a spinal tap. That's when they found it. Spring 2018, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS. My first thought, someone as fit as me? I can't have MS. My arrogance, my invincibility complex, my Superman persona. I was so wrong. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the doctors weren't exactly gingerly with my feelings. One doctor told me there's a chance you could lose the ability to walk. That broke me. Not the diagnosis, the idea that someone who biked across the country, who taught fitness classes every day, who lived the life through movement, might not be able to walk. So far, doctors have been seriously jerks in my experience. That blunt warning, that woke me up though. Within a couple months, I was on a lot of medication. I could barely stay awake because I was drugged. My legs swelled up. The doctor suggested I up the doses. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not. So I backed off from the heavy meds altogether. And you know what happened? The swelling went down. I started to regain most of my abilities, but somethings were gone. Tingly fingers from the nerve damage. I could no longer run. I could take more trips to the bathroom than the average 3-year-old at your favorite movie. These things are par for the course of people that have MS. I had no idea until I did. As things started to calm down, it was suggested to me that I take the biannual infusions for long-term disease management. With that, I prioritized eating healthy, sleep, which was a non-negotiable for me, and keeping stress levels as calm as possible, again, for me. Before long, I reopened the studio. I was different though, more intentional with less Justice League type energy. Here's the hardest part of this for me, giving up the Superman, Batman, Green Hornet type persona. It was who I thought I was. For decades, I existed like LeBron James, who still dominates the NBA at 40. I thought if I could do that, if I could be that, sustain that level forever, I was a guy who, again, taught classes every day, led every bike ride, set every pace, never showed a weakness, never slowed down. I was the Jamie. MS said, nah, bro, chill. Even though my scars can't be seen, they exist. To me and for me. I look the same on the outside. Most people have no idea. But I know. I know my fingers tingle. I know I can't run anymore. I know my energy isn't the same that it was. These have been the hardest pills I've ever yet to swallow. Not the diagnosis. MS is not going to kill me. It's releasing the identity I built my entire life around. Now I pick my spots mindfully. I don't teach every class. I don't lead every ride. I don't try too hard to keep the pace line anymore. I ride my ride. I've learned to enjoy the beauty of being outdoors on the road instead of just riding for performance. My knees remind me my age. My back reminds me too. My wrists also remind me. I can still go hard, but I'm smarter now. I'm tactical. When I'm cycling, I try not to prove anything. I'm enjoying the experience. When I'm training, I'm not ego lifting. I'm training for more life. Check this out. At 25, I train to run through the wall. At 35, I train to scale over the wall. 55, I'm smart enough to maneuver around the wall. That's not weakness. That's what we call wisdom. So here's what I see a lot in my gym on a daily. People chasing ghosts. A lot of those clients, mostly men, are holding on to whomever they were 30 years ago. They're trying to lift as if they were 25. They're trying to run the race as if they were 30. They're trying to recover like they are 35. And guess what? It's destroying them. Folks, that guy, that girl are going. I know it hurts to hear. Grab yourself some tissue, cry me a river. That version of who you thought you were 30 years ago doesn't exist anymore. Still trying to be him or her or how tough you were before, it's going to burn you out. It's going to injure you. Let go and enjoy whoever you are today. Years ago, when I began teaching fitness class, I thought I was a gymnast, an aerialist, someone that had to dazzle the room. But today my style is simple. I want you to embrace the current version of yourself, work to make it the very best it can be today. Not 30 years ago, not 10 years ago, today. We don't do ego lifting. Come on now. You don't need to prove how strong you were. Throwing your back out was never, ever part of your workout plan. We train smart, still intense, but in your personal best effort for the long haul. Not merely for the best RX, but for the best you today and right now. All right, kids, hear me out. Strength training is essential as you age. That goes without question. You do not have to pick up the side of the building to prove how good you are. What would be that point anyway? Train with purpose, train for function, train for a long lasting life. So if you read any fitness magazines, you've seen some pictures, some posters, maybe some gyms have this on the wall. High intensity interval training, the abbreviation HIIT. It's incredibly efficient and modifiable for all ability levels. In a single class, I can have an age range of 12 to 85, and everyone doing their own version of the same exercise to their benefit. The 12-year-old is going full throttle. The 80-year-old is modifying but still working. There is nothing you need to prove to anyone. Just be good as you can be today. So here are a few things I've learned the hard way. Your body is always talking to you. The question is, are you listening? Pain isn't weakness, it's information. Fatigue isn't laziness, it's your body saying, I need rest. Injury isn't bad luck. It's the culmination of ignoring signals for months, maybe years. Your body keeps score. If you don't listen, it will force you to listen. Ignoring these signs for years could have cost me my ability to walk. Don't be me. All right, let me give you a practical framework for training smart after 50. Number one, strength training. It's a non negotiable. You need to lift weights, period. But you need to lift smart. Focus on form over weight. Progressive overload still works. Be patient. Compound movements, squats, hinges, push, pull. I need you in there 3 to 4 times per week. Here's a quick note. Muscle mass equals longevity. Don't skip that. So, in case you didn't know, I love a good yoga class. Any different variation, it all works for me. I've been at it for about 40 years. I get people tell me, oh, I'm inflexible. That is the entire reason we do this. Now that you're at your big age, stretching isn't an option anymore. Shut up. Take your butt to yoga class. 10 to 15 minutes of mobility work before and after training is a bonus. Take a hot shower, a warm bath, get yourself a foam roller, dynamic stretching. If you can't move, you can't train. Some people like to be in the gym all the time, 4 or 5 hours a day, because pretty much they don't have anything else going on in their lives. But you do not build muscle in the gym. You build it after. It's called your recovery. If you can get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, that's often. I'm not a nap guy, but I find myself with the TV watching me sometimes. Don't forget your nutrition, protein, whole foods, hydration, active recovery. Go for a walk, take some level of light movement. And again, rest days. I'm talking about you ain't doing nothing type rest day. Recovery is not weak, it is strategic. Chronic inflammation is the enemy. Now, by chronic, I mean all the time. So we need foods that help with anti-inflammatory things. Fatty fish, greens, berries, turmeric. Avoid processed junk, excessive sugar, liquor. Yup, I'm calling you out. Omega-3 supplements and supplements in general that work best for you. Inadequate, I can't say enough, hydration. Shut up, drink the water. I can't lie to you, friends. I like to look good. I like to know that I'm confident in and out of my clothes. But today, we need to train for function and not aesthetics. At this big age again, the goal isn't just abs, it's ability. Let's take a little test, kids. Can you get up off the floor without using your hands? Can you carry groceries without straining? But you know me, I'm carrying 19 bags because I'm not going back to the car. Can you play with your grandchildren or your children without getting hurt? How about walking, hiking, biking without pain? This is real fitness. This is your real test today. Earlier, I talked about it, and it's a hard pill to swallow. You got to accept what's gone. I can no longer run. That's my reality. However, I'm a cyclist. I live, I train clients. I can still move. Breathe what you've lost, then focus on what you have. There are a lot of gym bros out there. They're living in yesterday, but you've got to find your version of what is intense for you. Intensity doesn't mean we're being reckless. You can train hard without being hard headed. Listen to your body, modify when needed, push when appropriate. Intensity, it's a relative thing. Your 100% today is different from your 100% at 25. And I'm telling you, man, that's okay. See what's happening today. The internet has people all twisted up. We assume that what we've seen on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or Snap, it has reality. It does not. Don't hurt yourself trying to be a performer for Cirque du Soleil if you're not a performer for Cirque du Soleil. Here's what I suggest for you. Hire when you need it. Physical therapists, massage therapists, get a trainer who understands an athlete of your age. Invest in your body. It's not only for today, but it's for every day in your future. Okay, team, check this out. Here's the challenge for the week. Step one, listen to your body this week. What's it telling you? Pain, fatigue, tension? Don't ignore it, address it. Step number two, let go of one thing from your past self. Maybe it's the weight you used to lift. Maybe it's the pace that you used to run. Maybe it's the ego you carried around that you had to prove everything. Let it go. Step number three, train smart this week. One workout where you prioritize form over weight. One session where you focus specifically on mobility. One rest day where you actually rest. Your body is keeping score. It's time you start listening. So, friends, I almost lost the ability to walk. That's the reality of what happens when you ignore your body for too long. Here's the other reality. I'm still walking, a little slower. I'm still training. I'm still cycling. I'm still teaching. Not the same way, not with the same intensity, not with that Superman persona. I'm here and I'm grateful. Your body keeps score. It also keeps fighting for you if you give it what it needs. At age 25, I ran through a wall. At age 35, I scaled the wall. At 55, I maneuver around the wall. That's not defeat, that is evolution. All right, kids, we're going to keep this party going. So, the next episode is entitled The DJ Don't Take Requests. It's something I learned from my brother some years ago in his career as a DJ. Otherwise, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for listening to all these stories. It's fun sharing it with you. This is your story. This is my story. Take care of your body. It's yours. Stay vital. Stay curious. Keep moving. Man, listen, it's Jamie, and I'm out.